Hello everyone, welcome to this video where we talk about the salts. So here we will be discussing mainly the occurrence of salts, the types of salts. Let's start with the salts in daily life. Here, let's define what is salt. Salt can be defined as a compound in which the replaceable hydrogen of acid has been wholly or partially replaced by a metal. So a salt this is the compound whereby the hydrogen of an acid has been totally or partial. This means that there is a whole replacing of the hydrogen or the partial replacing of the hydrogen by a certain metal. So example in the sodium chloride, the hydrogen atom of hydrochloric acid has been wholly replaced by the atom that is sodium, and in the magnesium sulfate and the sodium sulfate also, both the hydrogen atoms of this sulfuric acid has been replaced by one atom of magnesium and two atoms of sodium respectively. This means that the magnesium to the magnesium sulfate and the sodium to the sodium sulfate. Let's see the types of the salts. The salts can be classified according to their mode of formation. The following are some of the types of salts grouped according to their mode of formation. This one is the normal salt. This is the salt formed when all of the replaceable hydrogen atoms of acid have been replaced by a metal atom. Example, as I said earlier, sodium chloride is a normal salt because all of the hydrogen atoms are replaced from the acid during its formation. So as you can see, the reaction sodium plus sulfuric acid, you get sodium chloride plus hydrogen gas. So other normal salts include magnesium chloride, potassium chloride, copper sulfate, sodium sulfate, sodium carbonate, trisodium sulfate, and the others. Moving on, let's see the other type, the acid salt. The acid salt is formed when part of replaceable hydrogen atoms of acid are replaced by a metal. Example, this is sodium bisulfate is the example of such acid salt. So in the reactions that is sulfuric acid plus this is sodium hydroxide, you get is this is sodium bisulfate plus water. So other examples of these acid salts including sodium hydrogen sulfate, sodium hydrogen sulfide, and the sodium hydrogen carbonate. So since these acid salts contain hydrogen atoms, they exhibit certain kind of acidic properties. Hence they behave like acids. For example, when they react with the bases to form salt and water. Example, maybe this is sodium bisulfate or sodium bisulfate plus sodium hydroxide, you get the sodium sulfate plus water. Also, example, when they react with the carbonates, they yield the carbon dioxide. Example, sodium bisulfate plus the sodium carbonate, you get the sodium sulfate plus water plus the carbon dioxide. Moving on, the other type is basic salt. Basic salt is formed by the reaction of acid with the higher proportions of base. So that then is necessary formation of a normal salt. So examples of these basic salts are basic copper sulfate, basic lead carbonate, basic magnesium chloride, and the basic zinc chloride. So basic salt may also be formed by partial replacement of the hydroxyl groups of diacidic or triacidic base by acidic radical. So basic salts are usually insoluble in water as they are formed by the close association of two simple salts when crystallized from a solution of mixture of two. So that's all for this.